We got ourselves, it looks like it's going to be the DK Alistar versus Shakon. And I'm trying to swap to him. Shakon as a Shadow Priest. And holy, no, it's Frost Death Knight. Wait, it's a Frost DK. Oh my goodness. Going to be a Ventnir teleport onto Alistar by Shakon. Trying to go for a horror. Going to be an AMS for Alistar early. Popping out the big baby arm for the Death Knight. Going to be a mind games by Shakon. Alistar looking not to heal Shakon. Kind of looking to wait it out a little bit. Shakon got himself a lot of damage rolling. It's going to be big damage. Silence onto Alistar. Alistar is sitting in that anti-magic zone as best as he can. Shakon's trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a heal. Alistar just trying to play it a little bit slow here. A lot of his cooldowns have been used for this, and looks like Shakon is starting to get a bit of an advantage health-wise versus Alistar. Maybe going to be a grip or interrupt by the DK. Did not happen. Big Obliterate still rolling in for Alistar, but as a fear comes out, Shakon able to re-dot him. Alistar having to go for a pet. It looks like he'd sacrifice the pet immediately. That's going to be a big pet coming out for Shakon with a Shadow Field. Looks like Alistar is in execute range. Big death pack coming out. Shakon looking just to end him with a couple instants here and there. Big dragon rolling in. Shakon getting hit with a stun is the one I think for a greater fade. It looks like Death Lord Alistar just died, as Death Knights, well, eventually at some point have to do. Next up is going to be a rogue on the opposite team called Alliance Wins as a Dwarven Rogue. Popping in with a Shadow Strike into a carrying ability onto Shakon. Going to be trinket out of that fear or out of the horror to interrupt Shakon. Shakon needs to go for Disperse maybe. He get hit with a blind. Next ability should be Disperse immediately unless Alliance Wins can somehow do enough damage to burst through Shakon. If it can somehow do enough damage, going to be immediate Disperse. Cheap Shot probably was not the best move. And Alliance Wins just having to wait out for Shakon a little bit here. Into a Kidney Shot. Shakon taking lots of damage right now. It looks like Alliance Wins maybe looking for a cloak, maybe looking for a advantage. Cloak Shot is coming out. Shakon got himself Greater Fate available. Trying to cast himself a heal. Interrupt coming out. No, actually not available for Alliance Wins. And that's going to be a Mind Games onto the Rogue. Looking to heal the Shakon back up. He's actually doing lots of healing with Mind Games. The way Mind Games works, you debuff an enemy, you hit him with a bunch of shadow damage, and you put a debuff on him. Their next heals incoming, damage them, and anything they do damage, you instead will heal up to a certain amount. Stunned by Shakon as he's looking to get himself a bit of a heal, and I guess the Rogue is going to go for a bit of damage himself right now. As long as he can get DPs, he should be having a lot of damage. The Rogue has advantage, but that's about it. Does not have the Cloak of Shadows. It's actually dotted down pretty hard. It's going to go for a big heal, big trinket to increase his own self-heals. He's going to get himself a sippy cup as well as the Kyrian heal. Should clear himself off of diseases. Going to get a sap onto Shakon. That's going to be Dwarven Racial to clear himself off of magic effects. That's a lot of abilities you committed just now. I feel like should have just went for Dwarven Racial. Getting a shot onto Shakon, looking to maybe get some damage. Actually, he got himself a Kidney Shot, looking to go for a bit of a reset onto Shakon. Instead, he did burn Shadow Blades for it. And Shakon so far has survived the Rogue's onslaught, has survived the Rogue CC, and has been cool and collected, rotating his defenses against this Subtlety Rogue. Alliance wins. I guess Alliance is going to win since Ally versus Ally here. Alliance is going to win here. But will Alliance wins end up winning this duel in the end? Going to be a trinket by Shakon with the fear onto Alliance wins. Mind Games to follow. The Rogue does have a trinket if necessary. Trying not to heal Shakon too much with Mind Games into a horror effect. Shakon looking to get some damage in. The Rogue has a trinket, does not use it. That's going to be vanished as well as a self-heal. Still has dots rolling on him. Does Shakon have the big DP on the Rogue just yet? The Rogue does get himself a sap around the corner onto Shakon. Still continuing to control. The dots are ticking down on him either way. Shakon is back to every defensive available. That's going to be another short sap onto Shakon as Alliance Wins waiting out for all his dots to get off. And that's going to be the port for Shakon in case he might be able to get on top of the Rogue. Yeah, it looks like the Rogue dips back into stealth, man. I'm afraid that that's what the Shadowlands is going to be, dude. It's going to be Rogues cowering in stealth. I'm afraid that that's what it's going to come down to. Rogues are going to be least favorite of you guys'. Especially without 100% crit Lego. Big stunts coming out by Alliance Wins, getting big damage on Shakon. Greater Fate does stop that last eviscerate. Cloak Shot is getting used early for Alliance Wins into a blind. Shakon does not have a trinket for this one. It looks like the Rogue is going to go for the full CC chains, the most burst into CC, not letting Shakon play the game as best as possible into a sap right after. Is this Rogue setting up for a big win? Or is this Rogue just trying to stop the inevitable? Is this Rogue gonna just burn down in flames in the end? Either way, big cheap shot on Shakon does go for a Disperse. Does the Rogue set himself up a winning condition here? Or is this all for nothing? And Shakon looking to see if he can catch up to the Rogue, trying to go for the heal. Going to be interrupted onto Shadow, which is going to be pretty bad for him. Alliance Wins bailing out behind the pillar after that interrupt on Shakon, and Shakon still going to go for those Shadow Men's either way. Sap onto the Shadow Priest. Subro get himself a slice and dice up and running, waiting out for DRs, looking for a big, potentially kidney shot onto Shakon. Shakon has no way to deal with this opener. That's going to be big damage out of Alliance Winds. Try to go for a big setup. Big Shadow Strikes back to back. Going to be a Greater Fate into a Fear. Alliance Winds does stricken. Interrupt Shakon onto Shadow. Actually could be really bad for him. Looks like he bails out of it. I don't know why he bailed out of it. He interrupted him on Shadow. Perfect opportunity. And then he just bailed out. Lordy, maybe he was waiting for another vanish. So now he has a vanish. Now he has a full opener into a horrific by Shakon, trying to get the big dots at Alliance Winds into mind games. Alliance Winds better not hit Shakon. He kidney shot at him. Big dots at Alliance Winds, does pop himself extra heals into a vanish, trying to bail out of there. Is gonna go for that big heal into a Dwarven Racial, trying to cleanse himself of all dots. Gonna be more DPs by Shakon. Alliance Winds maybe burned those defenses a little too early with a shot. If you tried to stop it, trying to get a cheap shot onto Shakon. Does it still melt down either way? He still has himself a little bit extra health. Big Shadow. Oh no! Come on, Rogue! All this time you ran and ran and ran. I thought you were gonna win, but you just played like a coward the whole time. I'm out of here with that, dude. I'm out of here with that, Rogue. Jonas porting in onto Shakon, dude. I swear to God, I can tell you right now, Shadowlands is gonna be the expansion where people are gonna hate rogues again, man. Remember BFA, early BFA, where people didn't really mind rogues that much. For a little bit, corruptions came in, assassination all over the place, big bleeds all day. Oh, it was awful. And now it's going to be sub rogues with 100% crit Lego. Boy, oh boy. It's going to be bad, dude. It's going to be bad. The rogue had so many opportunities. I just don't understand. Crit Lego and everything. Jonas up next versus Shakon. Popping out defenses, trying to see if he might be survivors. Shakon missing the pummel. It looks at DPs, and the Shadow of Death should be able to take him out. Shakon just dominating right now as a Shadow Priest. Just an expansion ago, these guys were squishy. And Jeppe is going to be up next. Another sub, bro, coming in with a kidney shot onto Shakon. Going in for some big damage. Did he just cheap shot while kidney shot was up? What? Into immediate trinket. Shot of cheap shot onto Shakon. Does have to go for a disperse immediately. Trying to survive it into getting out of early disperse. Mind games on Jeppe. Trying to go for some damage on him. Jeppe better not do damage. You're just going to heal Shakon. You're literally healing the guy. Oh my God. Jeppe cloak and a vanish. Oh my goodness. And he's out of there. Not super far. Staying next to Shakon. We're about to hit that 8-minute mark, boys. We're at 18% dampening. Shakon is still holding on strong as a Shadow Priest, just cycling cooldowns. He's even staying cool and collected when his health is super low. I mean, I feel like he read Alliance Winds like a book. If that guy keeps performing like that, he better change his name from Alliance Winds to anything else. Because otherwise, you're going to get memed on, bro. Cheap shot on Shakon. Jeppe does get hit. Jeppe does get hit with some dots. Are going to be a doorway. Shadows does get a horror effect onto Jeppe. That's going to be some more DPs. Jeppe out of a cloak of shadows. No vanish available. Could go for a blind, but it's going to be lots of dots layered on him. And it's going to take quite a bit of damage. Better get just Sipic up and running. Better catch himself a restyle of summon. Shakon is at quite a distance away. Can't really get the closing in touch with that Shadow Word Death. Jeppe, oh, coming down to south again. Could have shot. Oh, they're not still on him. Oh, Shakon coming in. Can't be shaken. This man is unshaken. Honestly, change your name to Unshaken. You guys need name changes at this point. What's your name? Eklavicki? Eklavicki gonna be up next. Where's Shakon? Mind Games coming out early. Eklavicki trying to go for damage while Mind Games is up. You're just not breaking into Shakon's health. God forbid if you end up healing yourself during that time. Silence onto the Paladin's wings are coming out. Shakon does have disperse if necessary, but I think Eklavicki's just gonna go down. Oh my goodness. This priest is unshaken by all these rogues, dude. Putting him in a dumpster. Oh my God, the healing. That's Mind Games. That's you guys healing him. You guys literally healed him. When he hits you with the Mind Games and you guys hit him really hard, don't. Alright, boys, let's get another weapon ready. We got Danny, we got us as Kryza. I think we're gonna get Lord and Alex in here. I think we got us as Danny, Ganker, and Kryza in next. Yeah, this